My biggest wish for 2025 is for people to stop comparing Chatgpt to search engines. The engine that powers Chatgpt is called a large language model, one of the most exciting technological advancements of the last decade, if not the last several decades. They are very cool, very powerful, very useful, but they're not search engines. Stop using them that way. My favorite analogy about what large language models actually are is that they are word calculators. My first exposure to this analogy was way back in 2023 when I read this article by Simon Willison. If you don't know, Mr. Willison is a legendary person in the tech industry, and you might know him as the co-creator of a little-known framework known as Django. Search engine, word calculator. Two different things. Someone might say, well, what about Perplexity? Well, let's take a look at what Perplexity does. Perplexity and other AI search engines, as people like to call them, are actually not AI search engines, they're just a word calculator on top of a search engine. So, for example, if I search for best robot vacuums on Perplexity, what you want to look at are the sources. Because, the answer, I agree, it's different than what Google gives you. But if you look at the sources, this is all just the first page of Google's search results for this query. And if you don't believe me, let's check it out right now. PC Mag, The Verge, CNET, TechRadar, The Independent. The Verge, TechRadar, PC Mag, The Independent. Essentially, generative AI search is just generative AI summarization. It's not the same experience, and the AI search engines, they use Google's API or Bing's API. They don't crawl the web themselves. They don't index the web themselves. Why would they? You could basically get the same experience that ChatGPT search or Perplexity gives you by simply going through the first page of Google search results, scraping all the content, and throwing it into ChatGPT for it to summarize. That's it. That's all that happens. So, please remember, ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, they're not search engines. Google is a search engine. Bing is a search engine. You can use a large language model to summarize results from a search engine the way that Perplexity does. And it is kind of a nice experience if you really want to get a quick overview of information instead of clicking on multiple links to find the data that you're looking for. But they're just not search engines. Please stop comparing large language models to search engines. Stop using them as search engines, and for the love of all that's holy, please stop being surprised when these models lie, or as people like to say, hallucinate. Because hallucination is kinda all that language models do, but that's a topic for another video. For now, thank you for watching.